So we thought we might talk about open disclosure. And full disclosure, I don't really know much about it. But Jana, tell me all about it. Hi, it's Jonathan.
Hi, it's Jana.
This is Cut to the Case. So Jana, how's things?
Yeah, good. How are you? Welcome
Yeah,
back.
I'm good. Yes, thank you.
Been on sabbatical?
Been on sabbatical. It's been fun. Had a few worries coming back though.
Yeah.
Thought, maybe I wasn't quite up to it. Thinking, maybe I'll make some mistakes.
Probably will.
Probably will. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. So we thought we might talk about open disclosure. And full disclosure, I don't really know much about it. But Jana, tell me all about it. What is it?
It's a subject that comes up a lot in real life, but it also comes up in the exam as well.
Mm-hmm.
So open disclosure is a term we use to describe being open and honest with patients and families when there's been an adverse event. What would you say an adverse event was?
Well, I mean, it's probably a procedural complication, or I don't know, you put a central line in, you do a pneumothorax, something like that, or wrong drug dose, or we lost their false teeth, which is probably one of the common ones. So we lose someone's personal belongings.
How about if you took blood from a patient and you sent some blood off and you sent it in the wrong tube and you've got to go take more blood? Would you consider that open disclosure?
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, I would apologise for that. But it probably is an open disclosure, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's an automatic kind of one.
Yeah, so it's a really small thing that we don't think about as open disclosure. But it is important. Even those minor things could be a big deal for some patients, and it's important to have this open disclosure conversation.
So what's the process? What do you do?
So, well, the first thing to do is to be open. It's in the name. So open and honest, and just be upfront and don't kind of beat around the bush. You just need to be direct and say, look, this has happened.
Yep. So sort of timely, direct.
Yeah. And just tell. So let's say, what's an example? Let's use the blood test example.
Yeah.
Say, Jonathan, look, we've sent some blood off. I know we had some difficulty getting blood from you before. We sent some blood off, and unfortunately we put the blood in the wrong tubes, and now we have to repeat the blood test.
Okay. Yep.
And so what I've done there is I've said, look, we've done this. I've not put blame on you to say, oh, you were a difficult bleed and we didn't have enough. So I've been honest about that. And now the next bit is the bit that I think people find difficult. Is the acknowledgement and expressing regret.
Yep.
I don't know about you, but some people feel like if you apologize, you're accepting blame. But actually, that's not true.
But I think that's probably a barrier, to us doing open disclosure, isn't it? That's one of the main barriers that I'm, taking blame, accepting blame.
Yeah, and it's not. I'm sorry. I've made a mistake, which sometimes it will be. But you're expressing regret that your patient's going through this. You're expressing regret that we're in this situation. You're expressing regret that they've had this adverse outcome, and I think that bit is really important. And actually, with a lot of patient complaints, the thing that probably could have prevented all the escalation is a simple expression of regret,
and probably a timely expression of regret as well. When something goes wrong, like if you're on the other side of it, you don't want to see a cover up. You don't want to be a cover up, so you want things to come to you pretty quickly. You want someone to own up quickly, or at least talk to you quickly. To explain it.
So then the next step in my head is I need to allow them the time to accept the information and let that sink in, and ask any questions or express their frustration, which might be significant, and know that that's okay. That's a normal human reaction. It's not personal, but they're allowed to feel the way they feel about it.
And then that can also gauge their understanding of events as well, which because it might be that you would think someone would have a typical kind of reaction, but they might have a different reaction to what you were expecting.
So I think that's really important to give the patient the time or the family the time to express their emotion, and then understand what their perception is and what their point of view is, and then once you've moved nicely through those stages, then comes the management side of things. This is how I break it down. You need to manage the problems with the systems and the administrative stuff. And then you need to manage the medical issues.
Okay, so it's two subheadings. So if you're answering this in the OSCE, two columns.
Yeah, two columns. So the administrative stuff would be, say you're a patient and you've had a sore elbow, you fell over, and we've said, your X-ray looks fine, just pop it in a sling and should come good. And then actually we've called you 2 days later and said, really sorry. There's actually a fracture there. So the administrative side of that is, how are you going to address that from the systems point of view? Are you going to investigate how that fracture was missed? Was it a problem with a junior doctor lacking supervision? Was it a problem with the delay to reporting?
So that's an investigation.
The result checking.
Yeah. So a systems-wide investigation.
And how high that escalates depends on the severity of the issue or the adverse outcome. And then the next step will be taking ownership and managing the medical element. So, I'm really sorry this happened to you, but I'm going to take charge of this now.
Yeah, so that's the patient. That's the patient column.
Yeah, the patient column. The patient, look, this is really
sorry
inconvenient.
It's happened. Express regret. Timely. How can I help you?
This is what I've done.
And I'll take responsibility and I'll look after you, I guess. Is the thing.
Exactly. You as the consultant, you as the doctor, I'm going to take ownership of this now. I'm going to solve this problem.
I think ownership is the thing as well, because people often feel let down by a system, and then there's no one person they can deal with who kind of owns that problem. So if you have a central point of contact, then that's going to make things smoother.
Once you've addressed those two columns, then you need to tie everything up. You need to give the patient or the relative, information on how they could make a complaint if they would like to, and say, this is the system, this is the patient liaison number. I encourage you to get in touch, and if you'd like to make a complaint, absolutely, please do. We need to improve the system here. This has been a terrible thing that's happened, and I'd like it to never happen again, and I'm sorry it's happened to you. And then, give them your details. If you're the person, you're the contact person, and say, look, if you would like, I can follow up with you and let you know the outcome of our investigation, and give them that opportunity to say yes or no.
Sounds like a perfect exam answer. Is there anything else to it?
And no, it's different. In the exam's easy, because it's a 7-minute interaction. But in real life, it's very challenging, and you will face real feelings of guilt and remorse, and you'll be thinking about it for days afterwards. And I think the important thing is to never assume how small an adverse incident is, or it could be a small thing to you, but it might be a big thing
absolutely.
to the patient.
So you can never really tell until you talk to someone, and you can probably have to be very careful about that. Just summing up, key points, what would you say? Open disclosure.
I would say just be honest and direct, and don't mince your words, and just
honest, direct, don't mince your words.
Apologize, because it's okay to
apologize. Be timely.
To blame. Timely, and the last thing is to document everything. Document that you've had the conversation, because it will help you if things do escalate, and it will also help the patient if they do decide to take matters further, or it might be relevant to their medical care later on. You have to document that you've had these conversations as well, and who was present.
Absolutely. All right, Jana. Well, that's great. Thank you so much. That's been really interesting. Open disclosure. Let's hope it doesn't happen. We don't.
Hopefully not tonight.
Let's hope. Hopefully not tonight. We'll be doing that. But that's us for today. All right.
Okay.
See you later.
See ya.
Bye.